You know, a country is friendly when during a major revolution they see a British guy, and the first thing they ask is, what's your favorite football team? Last winter, I had the opportunity to go back to my own country. So I packed a 15-roll of medium format film with Mamiya 6 and my Sony ZV-E10. I took a flight from Chicago to Hong Kong and then Hong Kong to Nepal. Even before I landed in Nepal, I have finished 2 rolls of film. When I landed in Nepal, the guy hand checking my film at the custom, he looks at me and he goes, "Let me check how much weed is in that camera." I was like, what? And then he starts laughing. There were like signs everywhere saying like, do not take any photos. And then he tells me to take a photo. And I was like, I look at the sign, I look at him and I'm like, you sure? He says like, yeah, I want to see if the camera works. So without even checking my settings, no metering, no nothing, I take this photo. It is technically a bad photo. It is very dark. It has way too much contrast. It is not working, but I love this photo because of the story that it has. And it also goes to show how unserious Nepali people are at times, which is kind of perfect for taking photos. The easiest thing to do in Nepal, like photography wise, is to just go outside of the city area, go to any like mountain base camps and fire as many photos as you possibly can in any direction, and you most likely will get like decent photographs, at least if you know what you're doing. But I wanted to stay more street level, kind of more like your friendly neighborhood film photographer, mostly because of 4 reasons. First, oxygen is very thin up there, so I probably would die. Second, it was winter, so snowstorm and everything else, so I probably would die still. Third, the airport going to the Mount Everest base camp called Lukla Airport is the most dangerous airport in the world, so there's a high chance that I would die. And the fourth and major reason, I was broke as shit. That doesn't mean I didn't take any mountain photos. That would be a blasphemy from my part if I did that in Nepal. So here are some of the photos. And as expected, they're pretty beautiful. There are a lot of amazing photographers that I love who have gone to mountains and taken photos there. I will link them below the subscribe button, and if you want to check them out, please do so. Also, if you want some free prints of any photo from this series, there's something for you at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Before I glaze the hell out of Nepal, I want to get this off my chest. I have a personal vendetta against almost all modern Nepali buildings. They are the ugliest thing in the world. That's kind of nice of me to promote tourism by calling something ugly. This photo will like show what I mean. It is a good juxtaposition between the old architecture and the new architecture of Nepal. The old architecture, they are beautiful, they are aesthetic, they are unique. Even the pigeons are just chilling up there. And the new buildings, they're not so lovingly called pencil buildings because they are ugly, long, thin, and just clutter everywhere. Even though I find them ugly, they make for really good street photography. Before I went to Nepal, I had 2 mini photo projects that I had planned and I wanted to work on. The first one was to document all the historical buildings and historical sites in Kathmandu Valley. I was pretty bamboozled by how amazingly planned they were. Even like thousands of years ago when they were made, they were so well integrated with the local civilian buildings and all the public spaces, to the point that even now in this crowded jungle, the only nice place to relax are these historical religious sites. If you go to any of these sites, something that you'll notice is people are rarely there for any religious works, and people of all religion are just there. They're mostly just hanging out, chilling with their friends. And there are two photos from this series that I absolutely love. The first one being this one from Bhaktapur Darbar Square area. This photo is the perfect representation of what I would love Nepal to be. Olden architecture, cobblestone footpath, and just people chilling. In the background you can see the historical temples. It also has some modern hints, souvenir shops, and the most fun detail of this photo, this tiny branding for this donut shop, for the small donut shop called Didnt Donuts. I love this photo. It's one of my favorite photos from this series. And the second photo is this one from Bodhanath Stupa. A little background about Bodhanath Stupa. It is one of the most popular tourist but also local spot in that area. People go to Bodhanath area to enjoy really nice Nepali Tibetan cuisine, see dogs wearing nice jackets, and just to go around the stupa and talk about their day. It's one of the most fun, casual place to go to if you're in Kathmandu city. You'll see people there every single time. And something about Nepal is like, it's very crowded and I love it. It's really awesome for street photography. Anytime you take a photo, there is someone in the frame to make it so much better. As I mentioned earlier, you go around and around the stupa, and hence I wanted to show motion in this photo, so I used my knee as a tripod and I took this photo. Worried that it would be shaky, but boy was I not expecting this. It is perfect. It is exactly how I wanted this photo to be. Another mini project that I did in Nepal, I labeled it religious waste. Something you need to understand about Nepal is we love to celebrate. People will celebrate all festivals, literally everything. Christmas, Eid, Buddha Jayanti, Dasai, everything. Every major religion, they will celebrate it. Like if there's like a small community in Nepal following that religion, everybody will celebrate those religions. They go all out for Christmas. There will be big, massive Christmas tree in front of every department store, and you'll see someone dressed up as Santa in like small stores. And we're not even like Christian majority country, we're Hindu and Buddhist majority country. There's another side to this coin. With all those religious activity, we seem to create a lot of waste. My family is Hindu, and we do a lot of ceremonies for nature, deceased people, earth, basically everything. And people are very spiritual. Instead of protecting what we worship, we're basically destroying, which is again another juxtaposition of our religious belief, when the religion by itself is such a beautiful thing about like teaching people how to treat their surrounding. But to follow religion, we are destroying our surrounding, which does not make sense to me, and it didn't make sense to me when I was a kid either. The bright side of this story is I really love what the current mayor of Kathmandu city is doing. There's cleaning campaigns everywhere. You'll see people cleaning in every major temples and religious spaces. I just think that people, citizens of Nepal, should also be morally obliged to not pollute something that we find sacred, or it is not worth considering that thing sacred. Before going to Nepal, I had only envisioned 2 mini projects that I would do while I was in Nepal, because I was only there for a month. So knowingly, unknowingly, I was documenting this third project. Since I've been to America, this is my first time having a room for myself with all my artsy-fartsy stuff. This room is another physical representation of me. I've never stayed with my mom and my brother that much, but no matter where they are, they're my family, and where they are staying will always also be my home. When I was in 5th grade, I went to this boarding school, so I stayed there basically all my life. So I never got to stay with my parents either. And even if I'm blindfolded and dropped anywhere in this big campus, I feel like I'll be able to navigate my way around pretty easily, because I stayed there for 8 freaking years, every single day of my life. I basically grew up there, and I learned so much stuff there, and I called it home for 8 years. But now I'm very foreign to this place, and almost nobody knows who I am there. It felt very homey, but also very distant at the same time. And it didn't help with this feeling when I went to my hometown and I saw my childhood home. Nobody lives there now. The only sign of me ever being there are these childhood photos of mine. I didn't get the feeling of home, even though it is my own property and everything. So that was when I decided to compile all of these together and make this small project. But it wasn't even a project, it was more of a philosophical bullshit for me to think about. What is home? And now it's something for you to think about as well. Finally, to the most important part of this video, free prints. As I mentioned earlier, Nepal had a revolution, the most major revolution of our lifetime, and basically they overthrew the corrupt government. And I, being so far away, wasn't very helpful or couldn't do much. There were a lot of people who lost their life, and I thought about it. Any of you want free prints, and if you donate $10 to any of the victims' family, or any if they happen to GoFundMe set up, or if you donate to any charitable organizations in Nepal like Red Cross Nepal or anywhere, and if you email me the receipts, I will send you a 6x4 fine art print of any of the photos from here, color, black and white, any. And if you donate $20 to any charitable organizations or any GoFundMe or anywhere, I will give you a darkroom print of any black and white photo of this series, like a professional photo printed in darkroom with darkroom chemicals, light sensitive paper. If you do not know where to donate, or I'll link my PayPal, and in the notes just put your name and email, and any profit that I make from those donations, I will donate it to the family of the victims, or if the GoFundMe is already down, I'll donate it to Red Cross Nepal. With all that being said, I hope you had fun seeing all those photos. If you want free photos, feel free to do that. Like, subscribe, do all the cool stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.